Hi, all. We need to pay attention, particularly in Africa, about the
Our next story
dollarization.
is
Have a
also from
listen.
the US. It's about their former president, Donald Trump. He's been quite busy lately with a slew of legal cases.
Mhm.
Trump has been accused of everything, really, from election interference to paying hush money to an adult actor.
Mhm.
But while he deals with all these legal problems, his advisors are already planning ahead. They're formulating policies for when Trump returns to the White House. That is their hope. And a new report tells us what they're working on. Trump's advisors want to punish some countries,
Mhm.
countries that want to de dollarize.
Mhm.
We've spoken to you about this before, about de dollarization, but here's a brief overview.
Yes.
Today, the US dollar is the most important currency in the world. It's the world's reserve currency, the
Mhm.
currency all countries hoard to protect national wealth. About
Mhm.
60% of the world has savings tied to the US dollar. These are called dollar dominated assets.
DDA.
And what does this mean in
Hmm.
practical terms? It means that the US has unreasonable control over the world's economy.
You
We
see,
trade with the US dollar, we save using the US dollar, and we're all forced to track the US dollar
just like the
to make
religion,
sure we don't suffer because of American policies.
imposition of the religion
It's a
against the
system where we
will
depend
of
on the
people.
US for our own financial
Same thing with the
stability.
currency.
So, what's the solution?
Mhm.
De dollarization, moving away from
Mhm.
this excessive dependence on the US dollar. Some
Indeed.
countries have been trying to do this or thinking about it, making
Mhm.
small but defiant moves.
Mhm.
Like India using the rupee to buy oil from the UAE, or Argentina using the Chinese yuan to pay off a loan.
Which is their right.
These were moves to reduce dependency on the US dollar and help currencies from the global south rise in value.
Mhm. They don't want that.
This is de dollarization in a nutshell.
Mhm.
But obviously, the US does not like that.
Nope.
If de dollarization begins in earnest, the US will start losing its clout, and
Mhm.
Donald Trump is not a fan of that idea. He gave an interview recently. I'll quote from what he said. I hate when countries go off the dollar. I would not allow countries to go off the dollar because when we lose that standard, that will be like losing a revolutionary war.
This is
That will
like
be a
this.
hit
This
to
is
our country.
same thing like the religion.
It doesn't get clearer than that. Trump wants
You
everyone to
see
stay
why?
hooked to the US dollar, and now his advisors are working to make this possible. They're planning punishments and
Mhm.
sanctions for anyone who does not toe this line.
Mhm.
And India is in their crosshairs.
Mm.
Along with Brazil, Russia, China, and South Africa, the BRICS countries basically, they have caught Trump's eye. His advisors are planning to target BRICS
Mm.
for what was discussed last year during the last summit in South Africa. That was last August. The BRICS countries spoke about creating a new common currency, a currency to be used among BRICS member nations for trade and investments.
Yes.
This new BRICS currency was supposed to be a hedge, a protection against the US dollar. It sounds like a smart, pragmatic move, a way to defend national interest. It's an interesting idea, but it's nowhere near becoming a reality. There are some very obvious security issues like sharing a currency with China, so the BRICS currency is still a pipe dream. Despite this, it seems Trump and his team feel threatened,
Mhm.
as though this BRICS currency is an attack on the supremacy of the US dollar.
Mhm.
So it seems they're planning a
Same
counterstrike.
thing like the
And
religion.
what would that look like? The options include
Same
export
thing.
controls, currency manipulation charges, and tariffs. Let me explain. Export controls restrict free trade. They prevent a country from accessing some goods or technologies,
Mhm.
like what the US does with China.
Mm.
It prevents Beijing from accessing advanced computer chips.
Yeah.
That's an export control. Trump may expand export controls to countries that want de dollarization.
You see? You see
Then
what
we have
Africans are you
currency
listening?
manipulation charges. They're a more
We
subtle
need to
attack.
break
A
free from
currency can be, a country
this
rather, can
this
be branded
this
a currency manipulator.
hegemony.
It will affect your
We must break
reputation.
free as a
Your currency
continent.
may be shunned and it could lose value. Then we come to tariffs, the simplest form of punishment. Trump may put tariffs on goods from a country, like an additional import tax. It makes an imported product more expensive rather for American customers if there's more tariff,
Mhm.
meaning the demand will go down because the product has become more expensive and the country's trade suffers. Trump and his advisors want to impose these punishments on BRICS countries for daring to try and replace the dollar. It's pure mob behavior.
Mhm.
Use our currency or else.
Mhm.
India may be spared though. New Delhi and Washington are close allies after all. But this whole episode is distasteful. You cannot
Very
force anyone to
distasteful.
depend on you. You have to let them make their own way. If not, you
Exactly.
aren't an ally. You're just a big bully.
Exactly. And that's what I'm saying. Africans, take note. Take note. It's time we break free from this hegemony. It's time.